Everybody. Okay, so I'm back again. Today, before I start, a little bit of history, um, I want to talk about all or nothing thinking. Some of us think this way, but all or nothing thinking is when you feel as if that one thing isn't perfect, then everything is wrong. Nothing can be perfect. Right? So for example, say you got a B on your test, or say you need a haircut, or say someone looked at you wrong, right? Those little tiny things, if things like that happen, then everything in your life is wrong. That's what all or nothing thinking is, and that's a really bad way to think. It's completely unproductive. So a good practice is to learn how to balance the life, right? Balance your life. So, for example, put things in time blocks. Maybe worry about something for a particular time period, put a timer on it, and then don't worry about it anymore, Because all or nothing thinking, like I said, is extremely unproductive. It keeps you from doing things like taking care of yourself, right? So, for example, say you had a B on your test, right? Then you're going to obsess over that B on your test, and then you're going to forget to get a haircut, or forget to go to the beach. Or forget to be nice to people. You know what I'm saying? Like all or nothing thinking has a way of spilling in over to how you treat other people as well. You know what I'm saying? So yes, there are always things going on in life, and we aim to be perfect. However, the reality is there's no such thing as perfect. So we have to be mindful about that, and we have to kind of categorize our life so that we don't let negative things that are happening manifest to how we treat others or ourselves or other things, okay? So on that note, let's talk a little bit about that wall in Liberty City, that wall that used to divide the blacks from the whites. So let's take a look at this wall. It was a wall. It's technically like now half of a wall. It stretches from 62nd Street to 71st Street in Miami, near Liberty City Square. Now, the historical significance of this wall is that it was built back during the Jim Crow era when blacks started moving into Liberty City Square to divide the blacks from the whites. Now, keep in mind that when Liberty City Square was built, it was built in a suburban area. Liberty City wasn't necessarily Liberty City. Whites lived in that area, but it wasn't necessarily called Liberty City. Liberty City Square was there, and the whites built this wall to divide Liberty City Square projects from their houses. Now, in the next portion of this video, before I go into a little bit more interesting facts, I want to first talk about Mr. Timothy Barber. Timothy Barber is a successful historian, okay? He was the executive director of the Black Archives History and Research Foundation of South Florida, okay? He helped bring the historic Lyric Theater back to life, okay? The historic Lyric Theater, my grandmother used to talk about all the time how that was the only place one of the only places where blacks were able to go see a movie. So he helped to bring that back to life and save it, okay? So props to him. He is now the director of the Meek Eaton Black Archives Research Center in the museum in Tallahassee, okay? So I was reading an article, and according to Mr. Barber's research, there are, as of now, no official records have been found about this wall. Like no blueprints, no city records, nothing has been found as of yet that shows exactly who built the wall or exactly when it was built, right? So that's pretty interesting. What that says, also based on an article that I read, is that the wall just kind of went up. Right when Liberty City Square projects came in and the blacks started to move in, the wall just kind of showed up. It's really interesting and really cool to be near this piece of history. So here we are at part of the Liberty City Square. project. Again, as I said in another video, and as you probably already know, the reason why Liberty City Square was built was to relieve Overtown. Overtown was getting overcrowded and unhealthy, unsafe, and unsanitary. So something had to be done. Therefore, President Franklin D. Roosevelt approved the construction of Liberty City Square in 1933. It was finished in 1937, and that's when blacks came from Overtown to move into Liberty City Square. Just stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and thanks for letting me share. Have a good night.